And here is the enemy that I am looking for. It is a pterodopod. You need it by itself. I did have to kill off an imp in order to be with it by itself. You need to confuse the pterodopod. Do not kill it. Let it spin. Let it spin. Unfortunately, Irvine did get silenced there, but that's it. I have set this up properly. So basically what I do at this point is just kind of wait around for Ein to search. That's it. That's all you need to do. So once the fight is set up properly, just turn on frame skip if you're using an emulator. If not, just leave the console on and then let it go all night. And that's how you do Ein search. That's it. The reason that I did it this early in the game, because remember, we're kind of at the end of disc 3 of 4, so I'm still going to say it's kind of early in the game. The reason that you do it this early in the game is because things change at the end of disc 3. I'm not going to go over all the specifics, but doing Ein searches this way will not be possible in disc 4. There will be a random event that happens sometimes that will kill the enemy, and that's not what you want to have happen. This might be the longest that I've gone without an Ein search happening when I started this up. Of course, yeah, I usually use frame skip, and I'm not doing that today. But I wanted to show off at least one. There's so much kind of surrounding Angelo searches, Ein searches, that I want to show off at least how it works once. Can you give me once? Damn it, Ein. Why can't it happen just once? Some people say that there's a way to do it. I've not been able to figure it out. That if somehow I time the battle and I time it down to millisecond and I hit the button right on the millisecond, that there's a way that I can just, go between turns like that and it'll fix the issue. One thing that I will say, though, is that you do not want any actions happening. Otherwise, Ein's search will not start. If somebody's attacking or somebody's casting a spell or something like that, then Ein will not search. I guess I will be back when Ein... There he goes. There he goes. It takes a while sometimes, I guess, but there you go. He searches, digs up something in the battlefield, and you get an item. This time it was a high potion plus. Alright, so let's finish off the pterodopod. Since I am here, as soon as I said that I was going to go, that was it. He is susceptible to death, and he is in his defensive stance, so we're going to have to wait for death to take effect. And luckily, Irvine was able to do that for us. So, no experience, nobody gets experience because they're max level, but the Guardian Forces still get it. Get curse spikes, I believe, for killing the imp. I got curse spikes and then life rings for the pterodopod, but I could be wrong. Still get a couple level ups for the Guardian Forces every once in a while, so that's how you do an Ein search. Just for anybody that wants to find some of the most unique items in the game that you sometimes can't get any other way. With that hopefully all explained, it's time to go into the tutorial so that I can increase my seed rank no more. Once it's seed rank A, you're good. It can lower down to 30, but then I guess it can randomly go up to level A as well. I will be taking the written test, even though they advise me not to. But once again, money isn't that big of a deal in this game. There are ways to get infinite money. So, let's take the level 22 test. 9 more to go, so 3 more sessions of 3. Cast and Protect over Shell. Cancel Shell, leaving the party member only with Protect. That is not true, they stack. You may drop Gil and items if your luck stat is low. I am never that unlucky. No. To defend against fire attacks, Junction Ice Magic to Elemental Defense Junction. That sounds true, but it is false. You need to just Junction Fire. You don't go the opposite way. Junctioning Reflect to Status Defense raises your defense stat in 9 slots. The way they phrase that is weird, but I think that's true, what they're trying to say. Yeah, that is, they're trying to say that your status defense stats go up in 9 different ways. Like 9 different statuses will be raised defensively. Even I'm confusing myself now. The answer here is yes. Zombie and Pain are sorcery elemental magic. They are not elemental magic. They are status magic. There is an item called High Potion Plus that restores 3,000 HP. There is an item, but it doesn't do 3,000. I think it is higher than that. I know it's not 3,000 though. When your seed level goes up, shops give you a discount. I wish they should, but they don't. If you use the same elemental magic used in a Guardian Force's attack, your compatibility goes up. That doesn't sound right, but it is actually true. When new info is acquired, more explanations may be added to the help menu. That is true. I haven't been going over it, mostly because there's not that much new there. Most of the stuff that is told to us in the help menu has also been told to us in the game itself. A higher hit stat affects the the success rate of draw. That is not true. Draw is affected by your magic stat. Your seed rank won't go higher than 22. That is also false. My seed rank is A still. Yes. 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 Jeez. You can make Remedy Plus from Remedy. Once again, you would need like Alexander in order to get this true. We're far along in the test here. Yes. Hold down R1 and R2 simultaneously to escape from battle, but sometimes you can't run. All of that is true, except it's L2 and R2, not R1 and R2. The command ability Recover can revive party members from knockout or KO. The answer is no, you need Revive for that. Asuna removes status changes and Dispel removes elemental changes. That is not true. Asuna recovers your status and Dispel removes buffs. So the answer is no. Under Regen, HP is restored regularly even if you are afflicted with Stop. Ooh. That is a good question. The answer is no, which I take to mean that if you are afflicted with Stop, regen will not help you. So the answer here is no. You can't use any limit breaks when cursed. That is true. That is basically all that cursed does. Berserk raises attack power, but the only command activated is attack. That is true. And honestly, a lot of the times I don't mind when people cast Berserk on me, which has been happening from time to time. Just makes me kill you faster. There is an ability to make Remedy from Malboro tentacles. That is true. Float expires after a certain time. That's pretty much true for a lot of things. But float is one of them, yes. Protect reduces physical damage by half. That is also true. So now it is time for test number 24. Use Asuna to cure slow. It sounds like there should be a better way of doing that than Asuna, but that is one way to do it. Setting float to elemental defense junction raises defense against earth elemental attacks. That is actually true. I don't think it's as good as Quake, but it does work. The ATB runs even while a Guardian Force is appearing. No. The ATB, the active time battle, ATB. It will stop when a Guardian Force is being cast or while the summoning is happening in particular. Auto Reflect casts Reflect on you as long as you don't fall under KO. Isn't that true? No, apparently that's not true. So does Reflect stay while you're knocked out? I don't use Auto Reflect very often. It can be powerful, but that sucks. You can't cast Life on somebody that's knocked out if that's the case. The answer they're looking for here is no, though, so I assume that's what they're talking about. Oh, that signifies a Guardian Force ability. That is actually true. Yes, I had to look that one up. There are a limited number of abilities a Guardian Force can learn. Indeed, that's why I have the Amnesia Grins and have been using them extensively. Protect keeps reducing damage with each use. That would be no. Wait, what question were we on? 7? Right, no. No, it only works once. After that, it misses. You get poison along with HP when using Drain against a poison target. That is not true. That would make Drain much less useful. A weapon can break after multiple battles. It can be fixed. No. Could you imagine a Final Fantasy game where your weapon broke after you used it too many times? That would suck. No, no. If you are silenced while you are afflicted with Confuse, you cannot use magic. That is actually true. I don't know why they throw in the confuse as well, but if you're silenced, you can't use magic, period. So the answer here is yes. And my seed rank is still A. And the playtime is crazy, and the money is also crazy. But with that done, we might actually be ready to go on with the plot. And there's the plot waiting for us. Before I go in, though, a couple words of warning. Disc 4 is approaching. This is more or less going to be the end of Disc 3. I don't feel that is that big of a spoiler, so I'm just going to say that. Disc 3 awaits us in there. Disc 4 is going to be a little bit different. As a result, I would recommend doing most of your level grinding now, especially anything that has to do with Esthar, especially that fixed Elnoil fight. That one will go away after what happens here. You just won't be able to do that anymore, so I recommend doing that now. Also, I would recommend doing the Ein searches, the Angelo searches at this point. Especially for following along with me. If you've done things differently, it may not affect you. I'll go over what that is when we do reach that point. But I would recommend that you do your grinding and everything now. On top of that, there is still an enemy that I could take on now. Honestly, I am avoiding it. That was the one back in the Deep Sea Research Center. I'm avoiding that one because that kind of is more difficult than what we're about to face here. So I want to make these guys seem pretty good, these enemies that we're about to fight. So I'm going to avoid that for the time being, but know that I could totally do it right now. I feel confident that I could, but I'm going to avoid it. I have a good party, though. Things are about to get pretty damn cool. Let's head into Lunatic Pandora. Just drive right on into it, which hopefully you didn't do before you try to get your grinding done. You can leave this, don't get me wrong, but what is about to happen here, I want to do all in one go. I don't want to have to leave and come back. Here we go, let's bust in there. So I'm going to try to do this all in one go here. I wonder if we can get through. I'm sure we can. Don't worry about it. What the hell is going on here? Come on, we'll be fine. Are the machine guns and main cannon ready? Are they? We're gonna need them to be ready. If we could just go ahead and fire them then, that would be great. Let's just fire like crazy and make a big hole. Boom! That actually sounds like a good plan for once, Selfie.